All right, so we'll move down to the Raiders, the Las Vegas Raiders. How you feeling about them?
Raiders are trash, bro.
Yeah.
So they're poop, and I think they're only going to be slightly better than they were this year. But I've never been convinced by Derek Carr. I've never believed that man as a player. I think he's always played poorly against the Chiefs in particular. But he has high points, but I feel like even moving into that beautiful new stadium, they are terrible playing at home. I think they had like a 4-5 game home losing streak or something at the end of the season on by the time they got done last year. And
Yes,
so
yes.
in terms of I just don't believe Derek Carr. And I also, if I'm not mistaken, they have a mega difficult schedule. If I'm not, if or at least a
It
reasonably
is
difficult
tough.
schedule.
It's tough.
Yeah,
It is tough. It is tough. Like they play the Ravens, the Steelers,
they first.
obviously like yeah, they play the division which has like the Chargers and the Chiefs in it twice. They'll play like the football team, the Browns. Like they have a quite difficult schedule. So I have them being like 8-9, maybe a 7-win team, middle of the pack. This team will have similar weaknesses to last year. They aren't going to get any stops. They can't play defense really
Yeah,
well, but they'll have a relatively high powered offense, even though they lost their speed guy
true.
with Nelson Aguilar going to the Patriots. And I just think it's going to be kind of difficult for them. I feel like they'll take an L to the Ravens, the Steelers, the Chargers in week 4 and 18, the Bears, the Chiefs
They'll lose to us
twice,
twice.
obviously.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And the Washington football team and the Browns. So they they need to get into shootouts to win games. And even then, I feel like they might be less big play potential than they were last year. But now they have two very good running backs. So we'll see if that changes how they try to control the clock, control games. It's just they're going to play a lot of teams that can put points up on the board. And I don't see where they get their stops from. So that's just going to
Agreed.
be difficult.
Agreed. I mean, everything you said has been right on the nose for me. I think I gave them an extra game over you, so I had them at 7-10.
Okay.
But that's only because I feel like they can maybe, um, get in the mix in the division. Definitely take a game from the Broncos. Maybe take an early game from the Chargers as that offense starts to figure itself and figure some things out. Because I mean, again, Derek Carr is trash, but he is always trash against the Chiefs. And I've seen him have some decent games. He ends up being, I think, a very streaky player, and he ends up playing some of his best football these last couple seasons toward the end of the season when it's just been largely irrelevant. So if he
Yeah.
can
He's
kick it
like the
on,
J.R. Smith of quarterbacks.
very much, very muchly, very muchly. But if they can start to suture some of those things together, and like you said, use some of their receivers a little bit more effectively earlier on, they might have a chance. But like I said, just to win one extra game, and so I'm not giving them a whole lot.